Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Saturday night. We are RomHack Races. We love our trans comrades, and we're here with week 245. I hope you're all doing really well. Thanks for dropping by. Make some noise in the chat by posting emotes. That's how we make noise. I can hear it. Trust me, they're all coming through. It is Sammmoo tonight is our maker, and I really think you're gonna like this one. I tested this one myself, and this is gonna be, I think, a really good time. The Great Cube is the name of the level. You might have, and if you haven't, you should play some of Sammoo's other stuff. Burrito Rings, D-Clock Mario World Remastered, and Insane Studios, a demo, all right now on SMW Central. We had testers, of course, as we always do for this level. This week, it was Osu, Mario Cartman, Blue Ribbon High Life, Mithrillionaire, and me, GlitchCat7. We brought back some ratings for everybody. Complexity tonight, 6 out of 10. Execution, though, 3 out of 10. There are 3 sections. The sections are rated 5 for length, and the racers know that there's light tech, heavy puzzles, and they might want to bring their Metroidvania brain. I think you're really gonna like this one. I am excited to check this out. If you're new and you don't know what we're doing, this is RomHack Races, and every Saturday night we have a brand new Super Mario World Kaizo level no one's ever seen before. Maker made it kind of fresh, and testers tested it in secret. The racers are just going to have to use all their wits and skills and improvisation. It's a sight read, and as such, it's a challenge of consistency at obstacles the racers already know, and one-shotting an obstacle that they might not know or have gotten to for their first time. There are, if my count is correct, 15 racers signed up tonight, and we've got, thank you so much to Osu, Starlord, and Kelgand are doing great work for us. Big shout outs to the scouts tonight, because they are taking a look at all 15 streams and letting us know who we should put on the restream. Restreamer tonight, of course, Osu. Thank you so much, Osu, Mario Cartman, for helping us out with that. We have, like I said, 15 signed up. Real quick, B2, Emily MC, Endless Ascent, Fernap, Germdove, Jank Pickle, Louis, Duce, Mangor, Muzzle, Nathan, MG, Nick Dude, Proto Pizza, Ricardo, Roke, and You Fail Me. Some familiar names and some very talented racers. These are all very good players playing against other remarkably talented players. But this week, this is interesting, and I'm very excited. I only had a chance to test this level earlier today, and I got back and I said, hey, no notes at all. This is really fun. I'm very curious to see what the racers are going to do with this one. To start us off here, Louis Duce, Jank Pickle, Nathan MG, and You Fail Me getting ready to start. But it could be anybody's race, and the lead could change. Yeah, I'm excited. I really want to see how this goes. You're gonna like this one. I think this is gonna be an interesting and fun level. I don't want to say too much. How are you? What's up? What's on your mind? I hope you're having a good Saturday. I'm GlitchCat. I will be bringing you the play-by-play. If you have any questions or anything, you can just ask in chat. If you want to learn a little bit more about us and what we do, this is RomHack Races. You can go to romhackraces.com, jump on the Discord server, and if this is looking fun and you suddenly decide you gotta play this for yourself, go and download the patches. We've got patches for all 245 of the levels that we've raced. They all live on the website thanks to really kind individuals like Kelgand and D to the Fourth, Ampersand, Fawful, and Dr. No, helping us out behind the scenes. Sorry about your SNES. Hey, quick suggestion. Sometimes all you need to do clean the pins of your cartridge. Do not use anything metal. But if you have a little bit of more than 90% isopropyl alcohol on a Q-tip hanging around, if you just swab that out for some dirt, sometimes dirt is getting in there, making your pins work weird. Yeah, the cartridge. Flash cartridges can also have a little bit of dirt on them. Don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I am a Kaizo RomHack commentator. Good luck to everyone tonight. We're gonna have a lot of fun here. So this is maybe you're about to see why we had the poll, why I started that poll here at the start. Because we got some Zelda music and little Triforce up there in the wall. It is time to go. Let's go. Louis Duce, Jank Pickle, Nathan, You Fail Me getting started, and this is really cool. I think this is a really cool level, and I think you're about to see why. Racers might want to take a look at these message blocks. You have gained the ability to store items. To store, hold an item and pressing R, and to get the stored item, you can press R to grab it, and you can cycle through an inventory of items that you have stored with L. This is really cool. We've also, in this level, got these red P switches, and these on-off, I call them on-off coins, that will activate switches. Obviously, they turn blue ones on and off, switch the states, and it looks like the racers are just getting through this intro room where they have learned all the things that we now know together. And so here we go. I am so curious to see how this level plays out. Nathan MG in the lower right getting in there first, a quick learner, and they are getting into the labyrinth proper. So, as you might have guessed, this is a Metroidvania level, more or less. Maybe a Zelda, you know, whatever side of the cartridge you woke up on today. Metroidvania, Zelda, Hollow Knight, perhaps. But we're going to be using an inventory. We're going to be storing some items, and we're going to be finding our way through a really cool labyrinth. Little maze, a little bit of tricky pathfinding, and we are helped out by, and it actually took me a minute to notice this. I'm going to tell you all this in chat, but it took me, when I was testing this, about 5 minutes to realize, what are those P blocks on the wall there with the skull? It's a map. And I was like halfway through the level playtesting this before I realized, oh, it's a map. It's showing me where I am. So maybe the racers are going to be a little bit more observant and try to notice that they can see their position. You Fail Me in the upper right, looking like they're taking a little bit of an early lead. They have figured out this chuck obstacle. There's a bouncing chuck in there, and they're going to jump over to the right and get that bullet to activate. So You Fail Me, kind of, you could say, on a run here. But now this is a really different sort of thing. Keep your eye on the lower right. Really different sort of thing than a lot of ROM Hack Race levels, because this isn't necessarily a linear obstacle course. We've got to find our way around, and so it's not necessarily the racers who are getting through, you know, not dying and getting through the obstacles, but this is really going to kind of test wits and brains and observational skills tonight too, which is really, I think, fascinating. Fun change of pace. You Fail Me in the lower right got that shell stored in their inventory. They are thinking with the gimmick here, but Louis Duce and Nathan MG are also kind of getting a little farther. Looks like, Nathan, too. Okay, so we've got some ideas with the shell. We've got Louis Duce here in the upper left. They're going to get into this purpley, kind of blue-colored shell. And they store it in their inventory because you can't cross those black skull blocks while you're holding an object. So you have to have it in your inventory at that point. Moreover, the gray doors, you can only go through a gray door if you have one item or less in your inventory. So they're going to be keeping that in mind. Alright, You Fail Me. Making some moves here, opening these on-off blocks. The red will open red, the blue will open the blue. And here we go, You Fail Me on a read, I suppose you could say, but this is kind of a different level for sight reading. This is sight thinking. I suppose all reading is thinking. So keep your eye here, a lower right-hand corner. You Fail Me's trying to think about this. Fascinating. What have they done here? They've got two, but they can't get back through the door. You Fail Me would have learned this, yes. You can only go through those gray doors with one item. So I think they were thinking that maybe they should just go and get another shell, but that door was preventing that cheese. Meanwhile here, Nathan, MG, making a little bit of progress. They've got the red switch open, and they seem to know what they want up in these upper rooms. Louis Duce kind of at the same spot. I've got B2, DE, kind of thinking. Really kind of evenly matched right now, honestly, if you could say who is in the lead right now. Pretty evenly matched in terms of knowledge. I think that's the thing that's really going to help these racers out a lot, is, you know, you can move around. You don't even have to, like, figure out an obstacle, but rather you have to figure out what to do with this. Louis Duce looking for something. They've got the blue shell. And they're kind of, taking a little exploration path here. Louis Duce in the upper left, thinking they might have an idea. Oh. So Louis, making some progress. They've dropped the shell to get in this room, and B2 in the upper right has also reached this same room. They've got a kind of a big open area with this red P-switch, but you can see maybe in the floor there's a little bit of an indicator. There's a shell surrounded by some question blocks. And as you might have noticed, neither of those racers had a shell in that room. But Proto Pizza, look out! Proto Pizza in the lower left-hand corner does have a shell, and they have figured this out. So Proto, wow, with the red switch. And what are they going to do with it? Okay, storing it, that's pretty smart. And Proto Pizza wants to figure out, oh, geez. That did not work for them, and I know why. Fascinating. Meanwhile, you fail me. Lower right-hand corner, they are also about to get to this point. They figured out to keep the shell when they kick it through that section. Yeah, so storing the red P-switch looks like, yeah, it actually kind of hurt Proto Pizza a little bit. Because when the red P-switch is brought back onto the screen, it is no longer a red P-switch, it is a blue P-switch. And we learned in the intro room here that red P-switches will destroy all the sprites on the screen. So they're kind of like a Mario 2 style POW block. You fail me though, not quite sure. I like this approach. They're kind of just sitting there thinking about it. They don't really know what to do. This is one of those levels where, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now that's just smart gameplay right there. Now that's just really smart gameplay. I'm gonna say right now. Let me tell you again. Really smart gameplay from You Fail Me. I'll be upfront with you. I didn't catch that. Didn't catch that in testing. So GG. You Fail Me outsmarting the testers even. They seem to definitely have got this. You Fail Me in the lower right hand corner. Yep. Smiles from all testers in chat. Hey, these racers are good. Let me clarify something for you. As you may have noticed, these racers are smart, clever, and good. And You Fail Me figured out a different way to cross that gap using the blue shell that they had stored. You will probably see the intended strat here momentarily, Louis Duce in the upper left going for it. But that is some pretty tasty cheese right there, and you gotta give credit. Good stuff. And looks like maybe Louis Duce also maybe thinking about it. So Louis Duce at the same point here, as well as Proto Pizza on the left side. Now Louis, oh, they dropped that red P-switch, and meanwhile Proto Pizza kind of had a different idea. So this does give You Fail Me a lot of time here in the second section to just kind of find their way around, check things out, learn a little bit about what they need. I definitely, you know what? Honestly, I definitely didn't catch that in testing, and I'm impressed. Rather than feel silly, it can happen to all of us. I am simply impressed with the skill of these racers. That is really cool. So here, You Fail Me looking for something. They've got their shell. They got those on-off coins. They are definitely like understanding this gimmick. You can see the light bulbs kind of turn on for a lot of these racers as they really start to think with the gimmick and start to do that first when presented with a new situation. Proto Pizza, Louis, okay, we're just still working. Some rough moments, but You Fail Me. Storing 2 now, okay. I am so interested to see what would happen here tonight. Looks like Louis Duce might have another shot at the end of the first section here. They're back with the shell, and I think they know what to do with it. Yeah, Louis may show us the intended way. Oh, but a little bit of a troll. Got it all corrected. They were not fast enough. By hitting that red P switch, the kicking Koopa up in the top of the ceiling will fall down. And this is these kind of jump-style switches where a falling sprite any sprite touching them will activate them. Meanwhile, Euphilme's got Yoshi, got a shell stored, and thinking about what they want here. I think that was the smart move. They did not, yeah, that was the smart move. They kept the shell. And so here, Euphilme's got some stuff to figure out. One shell stored and a bunch of blocks, a puzzle, some one-ways. The clouds forming a one-way barrier and the yellow blocks with lines on them, making a barrier that sprites can pass through, but Mario himself cannot pass through. So this is where things could get interesting, and this is what I mean, like, no lead is safe here. Euphilme trying to kind of sort this out and kind of visually figure things out. It's a kind of a smart idea, right? You don't want to make too many moves. You might stick yourself in a rough situation. Meanwhile, here, Louis Douce in the upper left, and that's going to be a checkpoint. Nice job. 2 tries at that. They learned the little troll. Louis Douce, I think, doing it the classy way, showing us how it's done without the cheese. We appreciate that, and we got to see it both ways. So thank you. Thanks, Louis. Could still have a shot at it, too, because... yeah, Euphilme's trying to figure this puzzle out. I had a lot of fun with this when I was testing this earlier today. Hey, yo, put some GGs in the chat for whoever you're cheering for. We are here to support everybody, and that makes some noise if you want it. That's perfectly cool. Euphilme, what do they got? 3 now. They've got 2 red shells and a grab block stored in their inventory. Louis Douce, too, looking for what to do here. Second section. This is cool. I like this race. Euphilme here. They might have an idea. Do they, though? They've got the red shell into that pit, and the red shell broke the block that was supporting the P-switch. Now they need to go over and get the switch, but how are they going to do that? Stay tuned to find out. Louis, though, meanwhile, it's not over yet, because even though Euphilme has a pretty substantial knowledge lead right now, Louis Douce is no slouch either. And you gotta figure by this point they definitely understand what the gimmick is. They're thinking with that first, and they're trying to make that work. Proto Pizza coming back here, and I hope they can figure this out because they had it before, and they just unfortunately stored that red switch when they didn't need to. B2, oof, getting to that end room, but they do not have the blue shell. Looks like Proto Pizza probably understands what they want here, if they remember the intro text. And yo, that's it. That's going to be an H. Nice job. Proto Pizza in the lower left, catching up with the crew. And you just have to sit there and wonder why ye can't get ye switch. That would be, you know what? Okay, that's just giving me a great idea though. Let's just do a whole Kaizo text adventure level someday, where it's just a black screen like a terminal, and you're like, you're presented. Mario is standing on the top of a hill. There is a slope to your right. Do you slide down? And then you press slide, and it says Mario slides down the hill. A fish falls onto your head and trolls you, and you die. Restart the level, and then you have to you are standing at the top of a hill. Move left. You move left and avoid the fish. Do you slide down the hill? Just like, QLDC, here we come. Yo, speaking of the air, we got a race going on. Louis Douce, Ender of Games, joins us in the upper right. Proto Pizza and Euphilme still in the lead in the lower right. But everybody right now is looking to kind of catch up to where Euphilme is, solve the puzzle ahead of it, and maybe they could have a little come from behind victory here. Super Mario Kaizo, the text adventure. Looks like Louis Duce definitely has a thought here. Yeah. Oh, do they? Ah, well then. So Louis has made it up here, but that crouch seems to indicate that they realized that they wanted at least one of those objects with them up at the top here. Do a shell jump. You try a shell jump, but you did not hold B long enough. So you die. Do a shell jump while holding B the proper amount of time. You do a shell jump while holding B the proper amount of time, except you got a bad frame rule. Too bad. Look out, you fail me with that switch. Oh, I'm trying not to say the solutions to these physically out loud, just in case of audio spoilers right now. But You Fail Me has done some great braining here, and they are maintaining the lead. So right here in the lower right. And what's that over there? Looks like a little castle to me. Looks like one more puzzle, and You Fail Me is getting out ahead. But Louis Duce, if they can really brain hard right now, they could catch up. Oh, of course, I also tried for the clip jump, of course. But those are, unfortunately, patched out in the ROM Hack Races base ROM that Ampersam has so kindly made for us. Looks like Ender of Games. Nice jump up there, buddy. And they bring the shell even, so Ender, in under 20 minutes here, could be going for the win. We are really looking for a sort of a come-from-behind victory right now. You Fail Me's been in the lead for a bit. And they could get I'm trying to be impartial here, but the narrative is, can anybody stop You Fail Me right now? Can anybody clutch it out? Louis Duce's got 2 shells. They're thinking about this puzzle. I think maybe Louis has an idea here. Remember, you can't go in the gray door with 2 objects in your inventory. And this is Zelda boss music for sure. A cool little property You Fail Me is using there. By kicking the red shell into the front of the kicking Koopa, that naked kicking Koopa slides backwards and catches the shell, falling out of that little yellow hole there, and so they can walk down and hit the switch. The spikes will instantly kill Yoshi, whereas the munchers are safe. Uh-oh. You Fail Me with a thought here, using the red shell to turn the other shell over there into a coin. Oh, I love this careful consideration. They don't just immediately, they're thinking about it. They're thinking about it. What's the goal? What's the goal here? You Fail Me, thinking about it. What's it gonna be? Meanwhile, Louis, kind of on a tear here. Yeah, trying to get back up there. They know what they want. They want to bring that shell with them and ditch Yoshi. You Fail Me's just trying to get ye Flask here. This ending had me stumped for a little bit too. What's that, You Fail Me? Oh. Oh, look out. Looks like, oh. Oh, hey, clever. Oh, hey, all right. That's all right. That's a good solution. Oh, is it though? Oh. Well, what do you know? Oh, well, you know, I didn't know that wouldn't work either. You Fail Me with a great that was a great solution. Yeah, you know, that was fine. Yeah, that was not the one I did, but that would have worked the same way. Interesting. Denied. Interesting. I didn't even... You Fail Me, I think, is outbraining most of the testing squad on this one. I don't mean any shade to us comrades, but we have been outbrained here. We have been a touch outbrained. This is so cool. Oh yeah, me too. Me too. I'm right there with you. Yo, what's happening here? You Fail Me's trying to figure this out. Oh no, what are they doing? We got Louis, we got Ender, Proto Pizza as well. Trying to get out of this kind of pseudo final puzzle, and it looks like Louis Duce is out of here. Oh geez, now what is this? Has Louis? Oh, they brought the P-switch with them. Did they store it from the stump Did they like squish the P-switch and store it that way? And this could be it. Louis Duce has entered the final puzzle room along with You Fail Me. Upper left versus the lower right now, but You Fail Me kind of knows what they're doing. And they've got a few more steps here. So, yeah, I think that might be what's it gonna be there, You Fail Me? There it is, bringing the Yoshi through. Because you can't have any items when you're on the other side of that red pipe. And there it is. You Fail Me's getting out. Nicely done. Taking it back. Louis Duce kind of ended You Fail Me's streak last week, but You Fail Me is back this week. 21 minutes flat. Nicely done. Nicely done. This has been such a fun level to watch because it really kind of evens out between different skill disciplines. There's light on tech, big on brain, and I like seeing how players kind of react to that. It's Ender of Games, Louis Duce, Proto Pizza, Muzzle. We're looking for second place. Louis Duce up in the lead right now on the left. Great stuff tonight. Man, this was fun. We got more race though, so you know, keep your butts in your seats. If you want to play this for yourselves, I mean, you've already seen the solutions, but maybe you want to challenge a friend, go to romhackraces.com and you can download this patch or any of the patches for the races that we've done. Big shout out tonight, Sammmoo. Really good job here. This is a different level, and I mean that completely endearingly. When I played this, the first thing I thought was, wow, this is gonna be such a refreshing change of pace for ROM hack races. You know, I mean, really, we always have, no shade, but we always have the really super tough level with the 5-tile spikes and the triangles that rebound the shell. This is cool. This is just a neat chance to kind of do a Metroidvania thing, and I think I would love to see more Metroidvania going on. Uh-oh, Louis Duce. Man, you know, the same, what? Oh, I get it. That's so smart. Oh, that's clever. It worked for Louis Duce, and it didn't work for You Fail Me because Louis Duce carried it. That's what's up. Louis? Yeah, that's what's up. Louis carried it through the pipe instead of putting it in his inventory, and then he was allowed to have it on the other side. Yep, it goes through the pipe, but not in the infinite bag of holding. Very clever stuff. And Louis Duce with the well-deserved second place, GG. It's You Fail Me and Louis, 1 and 2. But we've got more action. We got Roke, we got Ender of Games, Proto Pizza, and Muzzle. Hanging out. Doing what they do. How are y'all doing, chat? Are you feeling good? Having a good Saturday? Thanks for hanging out for some ROM hack races. Gently tap that follow button. We're running low on them, and when people smash them, they break. So just give it a little gentle boop. Just a small one. Because we do these races every Saturday. Wow, amazing. Every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern with a pre-show with cool music starting ahead of that. It's a lot of fun, and there's a new level every single week. How cool is that? Plus, you can sign up and race if you want to. It's literally open to the public. All you gotta do is sign up and say, hey, I'm gonna race. Check out my stream. And then we will. It's so cool. Looks like Roke Games here in the upper left has figured out how to get into the final room. Germ Dove, also in the lower right, final room. Oh, what's that? Who's that? It's Nick Dude, also in the final room. Proto Pizza not too far behind, too. They look like they know what they want here. So who's it gonna be? We're looking for a third right now, and it is really tied up here. I love this. Looks like maybe, what's up there? Nick Dude. Yeah, Nick Dude in the upper right. Maybe has a little thought here. These on-off coins that are being used are really interesting. We've seen them in Jump, and we've seen them in other hacks. They have a lot of versatility. Unlike blocks, on-off blocks in particular, looks like Germ Dove in the lower right. These can just be collected like a coin. They can be hit by sprites. They can be touched by fire or just about anything. That is very, very versatile. More so than blocks, right? Because like a falling, dying sprite can't hit a switch, but something like this can. Oh, Germ Dove. Jeez. I think they get what they want now. Ooh, yeah, Nick Dude, they definitely understand too. So by using the fire, Yoshi eats a red shell, and then you spit out fire, and by using that, you hit the green shell on the far right, and that becomes a coin. The moving coin is a sprite, which touches the switch, and you're good to go. A lot of Rube Goldberg going on here. And Germ Dove, yeah, trying to think about what they want. I like this final step in the puzzle room. A lot of the racers are doing pretty much the same thing I was doing when I tested, where they've done the whole thing, and they've gotten to where Germ Dove is. They've got Yoshi, and they've got the spring, and they're over there on the left. But there's one little thing, you know, one little final thing, because you've got to, as Germ Dove is noticing, you've got to be able to get in that pipe, which is at the start of the level blocked off by not by the open blue blocks. So the racers are probably realizing they need to actually have that switch hit by the time they get back over there, and that is the final step. Yep. Roke Games too. Roke, same thing. Yep. Gotta be standing on those blocks, or else what are you gonna do? Can't get in the pipe. Germ Dove, though, they know how to stand on blue blocks, except well, you know, you gotta get over the wall too, and so probably want to think about that. Looks like Roke, though. Hey, all right, upper left-hand corner. Roke has figured it out. Nice and clean. Third place, nicely done. Very, very cool. Roke has been rising up in the rankings throughout these races. Really good stuff. I expect great things. Good job, Roke. Get some G's in chat if you will, please. Nick Dude, Ender of Games, Nathan MG, Germ Dove here hanging out. Yo, hey, a good job, Scouts. We really appreciate it. You get to hear my silly voice, but there are some friends hanging out and watching all the rest of the stream. There's 16 racers tonight. Osu, Star-Lord, and Kelgand are doing a really, really great job letting us know who is taking the lead and who we should put up on the restream. So thank you so much for that. This is a tough level to scout, and Germ Dove making it look easy, though. Germ Dove out of here. Tough one to scout tonight, so we really appreciate that. These are volunteer friends doing great work for us. Thank you for that. Good job, Germ Dove. Good job, good job. All right, yo, it's Muzzle in the lower right. Second checkpoint section, Ender, Nick Dude, and Nathan trying to sort out this final room. How's your day going? How's your weekend, chat? What's up? Just checking in, seeing how you're doing. I hope you're having a comfy night. Thanks for spending a little bit of it with RomHack Races. Say, if you have any questions or anything about the mechanics or, you know, level or what's going on here, please feel free to ask. I'm trying to cover as much as I can, but, you know, it goes by kind of quick. This is a really, really cool, I think, concept in general, because it plays on something that Mario World already has, right? Which is the item reserve box for power-ups. But here it's just being used for items and things, and it almost seems like something that could have been implemented in the original game somehow, but just kind of wasn't the type of game they were making, you know what I mean? There's all the fixings here for a Mario-vania kind of thing. Imagine if you started combining this object storage thing with, you know, more custom sprites and things. something that let you custom power-ups or something that let you fly. So yo, Ender, looking for this end room. Nathan, Nick Dude, same thing. Nick Dude. Uh-oh, yo, yeah, Nick Dude in the upper right. I think maybe. Could just be, possibly, potentially. Oh, did they? No, it took it. Yeah, Nick Dude. That's oh man, that's a good solution, honestly. That's a good solution. I don't know if that was prevented. That's just a consequence of the way the puzzle has to work, or you can only bring the spring with you through the pipe if you are holding it. It will not let you bring any inventory through those red pipes. Which, I mean, is a way of, like, you do the puzzle as it was intended to be done. That's fair enough, right? It's not really making things harder, it's enforcing the actual solution. So that's fair enough. Yeah, Nick Dude, yeah, now they know what's up. Cool thing about Yoshi that honestly doesn't really get used. Well, it gets used, but it should be used more even. It's like eating things and spitting things out through the wall. That's actually pretty consistent if you've got a Yoshi. And it's always kind of fun because you can really de-cheese something that way. There's no way they will get the object. It is in the wall. Good job, Nick Dude. Way to play. 32:45 the time. Nicely done. Good job. Strong. This is a strong gameplay tonight. Check this out. We got our podium in what, 30 minutes on a tricky Metroidvania level? Man, I would love to. I don't know about you all, but I would love to see more stuff like this. I would definitely like to see kind of Kaizo kind of branching out into more of this, because these are fascinating. It challenges a different type of thing, and it lets you dial up how extreme you want that to be by how much, like, tech you're requiring, right? You could do a thing like this where, like, the solutions were you end up getting a shell and then you can midair across a gap or something. You know, you can make it as Kaizo-y as you want with this essential structure of find the item, store the item, do the little mini zones. This is really cool, fascinating stuff tonight. And if you like this, again, check out SMW Central, because Sammmoo has some other hacks. Burrito Rings, D-Clock, Mario World Remastered, Insane Studios. It's a demo, but it's good. And you can check that out right on SMW Central. Yeah, yo, let's give it up. Can we give it up for Sammmoo in chat? Good job. Really well made tonight. This was fun. We're still having fun. I mean, well, Nathan might not be having as much fun, but now they've realized what they need to do. That's a good way to put it, Mythrillionaire, too. The level strikes a good balance of being clever without being too obtuse. The solutions... I mean, when I was testing this myself, I can say personally, when I was testing it at first, I was like... I'd get to some parts and be like, huh? What do I do? Oh! The solutions make you feel smart. Yo, you feel me, yeah. Way to outbrain the testers. That was some fancy cheese, like the good stuff from the grocery store that's like $10, you know, that real fancy $10 cheese. Great stuff on that first section with the shell jump, and figuring out a little bit of a brainier strat to use the spring to get out in the final room. That was really smart. Of course, I would expect nothing less from the streamer who just beat Search for Salmon. That's right, twitch.tv/YouFailMe for subs, follows, and amazing Kaizo gameplay. So, there's that. Nathan, MG, Yo, hey, all right. Nicely done. Yeah, man, you saw that light bulb turn on. There's Ender. Oh, they have the Yosh, but not the blue blocks. But Nathan figured it out. Good job. And, hey, yo, is that, I think, yeah, that looks like Muzzle. Hey, good job, Muzzle. Muzzle has solved, looks like maybe, yeah, they've got it. They solved that middle room. They've got the P-switch, and, yep, they are up and out. Nice job. That was a good room. Good room. Yo, seriously, though, go drop a follow for these racers. They are really talented and playing their little hearts out. All of our hearts are little, you know, compared to, like, a star. I'm just saying. Looks like B2 also figured out the middle room. So Muzzle and B2 are going to be squaring off here at the end with Proto Pizza and Ender. Thanks for the raid, Nathan. Good job tonight. Fun level. It is the first time there's been a kind of a puzzle, and I was just saying I think this is a refreshing change of pace for everybody. You know, I've often tried to make the point, you know, we are ROM hack races, and I think primarily our audience, you know, myself and most of us in the audience, we do some Kaizo. I think a few of us are some Kaizo gamers around here. But we are ROM hack races, not specifically Kaizo Mario ROM hack races. And in the past we have done standard hacks and stuff, and I think that's really cool. And it's really neat to challenge a wide variety of skills instead of a formulaic, you know, what's the Kaizo obstacle course this week. Makers are always kind of really doing something new and fresh for this, and I for one appreciate it. So if you're having fun watching, you know, come back next week. We're not done yet, but drop a follow so you will come back next week. We do these every week at 8. And I think, if I read the thing right, Blagon is our maker next week, so stay tuned for that. Oh, Proto Pizza, so close. So close, so close. Ender of Games. Everybody is like right here in this Yoshi room. B2, Muzzle, Ender, Proto. We're all like, yeah, we're like right here in our understanding. A lot of people doing some really weird stuff with springs and P-switches. I haven't seen any yumps yet. I thought maybe someone would try a yump of some kind. Not sure what Proto's going for. I think it's interesting that the solution to these rooms, this final room everyone's in, it's pretty quick. It's a couple of steps. You do some stuff, doobity-doobity-doop. But you really determine how long you spend in here. You know, it's not like in a traditional Kaizo level, you just have to keep moving. You know, the thing's gonna kill you, the fish is gonna fall, you gotta keep going. But here, you get to hang out for as long as you want. Clearly though, Ender is done hanging out. They're good. They got places to be, things to see, stuff to do, keys to grab. Nicely done, Ender of Games. Way to play. Good stuff, Ender. Always a strong and determined player. I really appreciate that. A lot of real heart. Mangort here in the upper left. Proto Pizza B2. Muzzle. It is trickier than it seems to aim the red fire that Yoshi spits out. It seems like it would be easy, right? There's 3 fireballs and they kind of move in a sort of a pitchfork kind of separating pattern. It's not really. What you can do is kind of use, Yoshi has a big round nose, you know, where his little happy mouth is, and you can use Yoshi's nose mouth as your lineup, because that's where the middle one is going to be from, and the middle one moves in a straight line, rather than being at an angled point from its source. So yeah, I hope this level is giving everybody some good ideas, cause like, this is so cool. I would like to see more little adventure stuff like this. And sometimes, you know, you're watching a ROM hack race, usually it's like you're rooting, come on player, like land the trick, like land on the saw, like don't slip off that platform this time. And this time you just kind of watch like, come on, figure it out, like you can do it, like it's right there, like figure it out. It's an interesting perspective, I don't know. If you have a racer that you're cheering on, or you hear from someone's community, just for what it's worth, it is totally cool to put their emotes in chat, shout their name out. That makes everybody feel good, you know, streamers really like that, so just for what it's worth, it's cool to do, because I know, you know, some channels like, you know, we'd say ROM hack races, but, you know, there's a race, there's competition, but I think it's competition wrapped up as a race, and it's fun when we support we support our favorite streamers. Plus, you could go and follow new racers, and then have new favorite streamers. It's really cool and easy. Lots of friends here tonight. B2. Okay. Oh, you know. Oh, I wonder what B2 is thinking. I'm curious what B2 is thinking right now. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. B2 is trying to, they might be able to do this, actually. Oh, no. They were trying to, I think, to enter the pipe while standing on the spring. Like, dropping the spring to enter it, but, I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to say, too, that the P blocks, yeah, from Mario Maker, I like this kind of aesthetic. You know, I like this kind of Mario Maker, Mario 1 aesthetic. I think it looks nice in Mario World. Combined with Mario World. So B2, oh, it's just trying to understand. How do you even commentate on someone just figuring something out? This is a challenging one. This level is challenging for all the right reasons, TBH. I think B2 is overthinking that P-switch just a little bit. Maybe, though. Is this a puzzle race? Yeah, you could say that. It's kind of Kaizo-y, it's kind of puzzle-y. You know, we try to kind of let the makers make what they want to make, you know what I mean? So when Sammmoo comes up and says, hey, I've got this cool idea, you know, they signed up, and this is their, like, ROM hack race submission, I like that. I like that makers can show off their diversity instead of just kind of make one Ultimate Ninja Warrior course, you know, the same one that everybody makes. Yeah, B2. Suffering a terrible night to have a curse, really. And Proto Pizza looks like, oh, maybe they are gonna uncurse here. Also, Muzzle. Yeah. Yeah, everybody, so yeah, once again, for those that don't realize, if you're holding the spring with you, Proto Pizza, holding the spring and going through the pipe, you will keep it on the other side. But if the spring is in your inventory, it will be taken away when you go in the pipe. So Proto Pizza, you know, that honestly, that's kind of smart. When in doubt, rely on the fundamental mechanics that you already know, right? You know, if you're in a thing with, oh, is that Jank Pickle for the win too? Too fast. Yo, Proto Pizza and Jank Pickle, too fast. Jank Pickle, just way too quick. They've got to get back to making stellar Mario Maker levels that get shown off at GDQ. B2, way too, everyone's B2 DE fast. Y'all are being real quick. See, the light bulbs are just zip coming on. That is good. Nicely done. Look at this podium by a couple of minutes. You know you have a good level when multiple racers finish within a minute of each other, because it means that a diversity of playstyles and mental approaches will all kind of yield the same result. And that means good level design, that it can funnel multiple different players into the same things. That's what we're going for. Mangort, Ricardo DeMello, Fernap, and Muzzle here duking it out. Duke Ellington it out. Thanks for the raid, Proto Pizza. Good clear, good clear. Everybody did so well. Y'all are great. That was a brain twister. Yeah. I think, you know, I gotta say something for this level. Super helped along by the fact that the tough stuff to figure out was just like the order of operations and the fun stuff about the puzzle. In my humble opinion, this is a really good puzzle, and it's a strong puzzle for that reason. Not to say that glitch abuse or tech abuse is bad or anything like that, but when you combine brain-bending stuff that you have to figure out with difficult and perhaps inconsistent tricks, then it kind of compounds on itself, you know? So that is, yes, that is the case. That is the case. We had two different approaches from racers. You could take Yoshi, or you could store the spring in your inventory, or you could carry the spring in your hands. Yoshi, I think, is the intended solution. Carrying the spring in your hands also works, but keeping the spring in your inventory does not, because it gets taken away. So those were the three possible solutions for this. I am really glad that I playtested this ahead of time. I am really glad I already have figured this out and know what this is, because it would be a lot harder to commentate if I did not. And it looks like Muzzle. Nicely done, yo. Muzzle. Let's go. Muzzle. Nicely done, Muzzle. Well played. Well played. That's a 47-51. Nice job. We got Mangort, we got Ricardo here, and Fernap. Fernap is working on the end of the second section. Mangort and Ricardo working on the final room. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that we haven't seen anybody do the cheese that You Fail Me did in the first section, because looking back, it was just like, oh, huh, yeah, you could do that, huh? But I never thought of it. Ricardo DeMello. Great job. Yo, a really strong player. Check out some of Ricardo's shell hacks. They are intense and fun. Definitely give their work a shot. Ricardo's very, very talented. Good job, friend. The cheese was that at the end of the first section, you had a shell stored, and you were supposed to use that shell to get a red P-switch, to open the gate, to go and jump over the gap. But what you could do is just throw the shell into the pit with a turn back and use the shell to cross the gap, and it gets you to the same thing, and it was pretty cool. I think it's kind of neat, honestly. I think that kind of stuff is interesting. Wow, are we gonna... This is such a cool race. Good job. These are our final 4 friends. And that's good, because that's as far as I can count, too. 3. I can't count no more. 4. We got Endless Ascent. We got Fernap. We got Emily. MC Squared. We got Mangort here. Endless Ascent on the second section, along with Fernap. Emily working on the first section, and Mangort working on the final room. No, that's smart, honestly. Scouting, yeah. Scouting, you know, you're in a Metroidvania level, and you're not necessarily trying to figure out what it is as much as you are just trying to see what the heck it contains, so you can kind of start thinking it through. It's clever stuff. But yeah, I think I know I'm speaking for myself, and And I think I think you outbrained all of us, because I don't think any tester found that cheese. But hey, yo, we're doing our best over here. You know, we play the levels every week. RTA test them. They go through a few versions. And if you'd like to sign up to help test with ROM Hack Races, hey, or I mean, not you in particular, you know, whatever you want, but any one of you, if any one of you feels that you will answer the call and help volunteer or test for ROM Hack Races, we would love to have you. And there are sign-up volunteer sheets on our Discord. Oh, Fernap. Well, good job. But now they don't have either of their 2 items. So Fernap taking a look here. Endless Ascent taking a look as well. Yeah, so you can bring the green shell for this bit, or you can you can solve it the same without it. The game here in this upper part is to bring 2 objects into the left room. You can only get out of that room with 1, but you can get in with 2. And in doing so, you can unlock the P-switch and get yourself out with it. You know, here's a fun theory, just kind of fun fact based on nothing, but D to the Fourth and I had a hunch that Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, and Mario 2 are actually made on the same engine on the inside, because sometimes an amount of level code from Mario 2, or rather from Zelda 2, will load into Mario 2 and open as a level. The levels work in the same sort of way. The ground is hard-coded, and hard-coded in chunks. And so we had a hunch that Zelda 2 and Mario 2 are actually the same. Like, I mean, Doki Doki Panic Mario 2, the US Mario 2. Adventures of Link and Doki Doki Panic Mario 2 are like the same engine, way underneath all that. Just a fun gaming fact. It is interesting that Mario 2 natively can like have injected into it some level data from Zelda 2 and not crash. You know, that doesn't seem. Oh no, Mangort! Oh, they had everything, and then they spit the spring into the wall, and not like into the hole in the wall. I mean into the wall. Nice try though. They've definitely got it, though. Yeah, Mangort looking for the win here in the upper left. I love the... you don't normally see this in a ROM hack race. Racers just standing still and thinking. Or moving around and scouting. I don't know, maybe that's a silly thing, but I like to see it. You can read a lot of body language. If you watch a lot of Mario, or you play a lot of Mario, there's a body language of Mario, you know what I mean? Here goes Mangort, upper left here, for the win. There's a sort of a universal, you know, an extended crouch means I screwed up. Like, whoops, aw crap. Good job, Mangort. No extended crouch for you. But you know, and like a multiple crouches is like headbanging. You know, like yeah, I did it. I think actually in Mario body language, multiple crouches means I barely escaped. Whew! And multiple ups, where you move your head, that means oh yeah, I won. Subtle distinction, but I believe it's there. But you know, you watch enough. There's the dance. Yeah, there's the little jig as well. Yup, you can do the jig. You watch enough Mario and you get to read the body language of the character, and I think that's fun. I like watching the racers kind of stand and look and realize things, turn around and look at something and then walk back the other way. This is funny to me. It's funny to me. I don't think so, Zorio. Probably not semi-easily. There is a Zelda 2 editor at the moment, but I don't know much about it. We're here with Endless, though, Emily, and Fernap hanging out. Endless and Fernap kind of looking for the win. Emily working through this first section. But yeah, that blue shell bit got a lot of folks. I was also overcomplicating it at first. When I was testing this, I kept dropping the shell down into the hole instead of throwing it, and it took me like several passes through that room to even like be like, oh yeah, I have to kick the shell in there. Oh yeah, of course. Endless Ascent, interesting. Endless Ascent, what's their idea here? What's this idea? Interesting. They had a spring and a shell. Oh wait, can you do that? You can store the spring and activate the switch with Mario? Or the blue shell? Wait, I didn't even notice that. That's clever. It is tough. You know, I'll say this. It is tough to test all possibilities in a specifically Metroidvania level like this. You know what I mean? Like, you can only test for the possibilities you can conceive of. And it's the ones that you didn't even think of that kind of make it tricky. Yo, Endless Ascent looks like maybe a light bulb here. Yep, Endless has figured out what they want out of this situation. Nice. So Endless Ascent kind of moving on, and this is progress. And now they've got to do these 2 rooms. Too bad there's no in the 6. Oh man, you know, maybe this is a little bit of a spoiler, but I want to make a ROM hack race level that ends with an orb inside a big 6, and you have to do the little clip in to get it, you know, just for fun. Someone should make a super in the 6 world where every level ends like that, with an orb in a big 6. Yo, hey, let me, while we're hanging out here with Endless, Emily, and Fernap. Yo, oh, hold up, though. Fernap down here at the bottom. Yeah, they're good. They got some moves. Fernap's looking to get some progress. Remember, spikes kill Yoshi, but munchers will not. But you know, I had a special shout out that I wanted to give. This is kind of a GC7, kind of a personal shout out, but you've probably seen them around. Crowd Control. Are you aware? Are you aware of Crowd Control? Because I'd like to shout out my friends at Crowd Control. They've been working really hard on a lot of stuff they're doing. If you're not aware and you're a streamer, it's a fun, cool way to hook your video game up to Twitch chat. And you know what kind of chaos can ensue when you do that. It's super fun and interactive, and it's a lot of fun for streaming whatever platform you're on. I think they have integrations for other platform. I'm not in the know about every little thing they're doing, but I really, really would like to shout out Crowd Control and suggest that maybe give it a shot as a streamer. It's a lot of fun. There's a Mario world. There's a Mario 2. I think there's a Mario 1. And you know that you're having fun because you're playing a cool effect and game pack designed by none other than D to the 4th. We know her, and she's awesome. So check them out. I think it's warp.world is the website. Give them a shot. They're pretty cool. I wanted to give a little special shout out because I know they're trying to get some visibility, and I want to help out with that. So you got like homework, you know, go follow the racers, practice Kaizo, check out Crowd Control. I don't know if you expected there to be a test or not, but well, there isn't. I made it up. It is, honestly. Crowd Control has a huge library of games. So, there's like all sorts of stuff. Whatever you like to play, you could probably crowd control it. So give it a shot. It's a fun way to make some bucks as a streamer. Yo, Endless Ascent, what's up? Some gears are turning here. Fernap also. Just thinking about it. You know, Kelgan, that could be pretty cool. I had also thought of something. What if there were hacks specifically made to be crowd controlled? Like, it's a whole bunch of areas that are all strung together, and maybe there's a few physical obstacles here and there, some pits to jump over, some spikes to avoid, but mostly, 90%, 80%, it's a blank canvas. Yeah, it's a blank canvas, which is a playground to fill up with stuff, right? And so the idea is that you throw crowd control at it, and crowd control randomly populates it with all kinds of things, and it's different every time. Because something I've noticed is that when if you're doing a crowd control with a very strict Kaizo, sometimes it's just instant death, right? There's a rough binary sometimes between like, okay, I can't move and I'm dead, or I have a star and I can cheese through everything. What if we smooth that out in the middle a little bit and kind of have like something, even a vanilla Mario world, or not specifically a Kaizo game, but something that like makes for adaptable gameplay. If y'all are interested, that would be really cool. I think a crowd control ROM Hack Race event would be a lot of fun to do, and I'm sure our friends at Crowd Control would appreciate. So yeah, maybe we could kick that around. Or maybe there's a way to hook, and I don't even know, because again, I don't know all the ins and outs of what they're up to, but maybe there's a way to hook multiple sessions up into one thing, so viewers buy one effect, and then every streamer that's hooked up to it gets it, right? So they're all experiencing the same effect, but they're at different points in the level. You know what I mean? So like every racer is somewhere different, but now they all have to deal with Bullet Swarm or whatever. It would make it less so that, the racer who does well is just the one that the crowd kind of forgot to mess with. You know what I mean? Like someone just gets by kind of hiding out and not getting messed with. So Endless Emily Fernap. Those were our friends hanging out. And me and you and Super Mario. Chat, you feeling okay tonight? Do you have any questions? Do you have any concerns? Anything on your mind? No thoughts, head empty. Only salmon. Personally, I don't really like salmon. My cat likes it. I made a whole game about it, but I don't care for it. It's not my favorite. Why isn't Lunar Magic open source? I don't know. I don't know, but I've heard a rumor that it's for a pretty innocent reason. It's just because the apparently, this is a rumor. I have nothing to base this on. but it's actually apparently the rumor is that it's for a pretty innocent reason. It's just that the code is kind of embarrassingly sloppy. That's all. And like they just don't want you to see their messy room. I don't know, but that's the rumor I heard, and that's what I'm going on. Fernap, yo! Alright, hey, let's go. Fernap's out of here. Bottom part of your screen up into that red pipe. Has AI made a ROM hack race level yet? Or a ROM hack level? No. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe we'll see that sometime. I don't know. But I think AI still has a hard time playing Mario. And AI has a really hard time playing Kaizo. So we might be safe from our AI robot Kaizo overlords for a few years yet. There've been attempts to hook Mario up to Mario World or a Kaizo up to that Mar.io, that self-learning Mario algorithm. It does not do well with Kaizo, and the reason being because it's, well, at least in my super limited understanding of how it works, is it's hard to to tell the computer what its incentive is. Like in Mario, you kind of generally want to go to the right, or you want to grab coins, and this is like a metric that's easy for it to figure out and do repeatedly. AI can play Mario 1 decently well, but in Kaizo in particular, your goal is like hardly ever obvious to a computer. You're moving right a little bit, you're moving left a little bit. Sometimes you want to grab the shell and use it. Sometimes you destroy the shell and spin jump on it. And there's just all these certain things. So like my understanding is it's just hard to give the AI goals. It's hard to make it understand what the goal is when you're playing Kaizo, and we'll see. Maybe in the future that will be quaint and hilarious, like a car phone. Anybody ever actually use a car phone? I did. I was a young lad. Of about 5-6 years old. The year was 1994, and a rich relative of mine had a car phone. It was as big as a brick and weighed twice as much. But I called my grandma on it, and I was so excited. Grandma, I'm calling you from a phone in a car right now. I'm in a car, and there's a phone here, and that's amazing. We're living in the future, Grandma. It was pretty cool. Car phone. First time I ever used a phone in a car. Amazing. Don't text and drive, yo. That'd be funny if they brought back those big brick-looking cell phones, but they had like a modern smartphone inside. Can you get a case? That'd be silly. Let's get like a case make like a smartphone case, like a joke that looks like one of those like 70s, 80s, like giant brick cell phones, and it adds like 50 pounds. You're like walking around with a huge antenna, like it's just like talking on your smartphone. Get like a belt holster for it. It weighs like a brick. Yeah, that's right. I'm in a park on my phone. Walk around like it's really impressive, I think another interesting thing, instead of AI Mario, would be, and D4 has done something has done this in a way, like a procedurally generated level. That's like infinite, D4 did a procedurally generated fall level where you're like falling and it keeps throwing different obstacle types at you. That's really cool. And it would be neat if like there was like, I don't know, just imagine like procedurally generated Kaizo. You're just running horizontally through an infinitely like generated Kaizo level, or just an obstacle course, you know what I mean? You like speedrun it or whatever. Also, I was hearing too, I think it was Endless Ascent that was mentioning it. There is now, which is pretty interesting, there is now a PC port of Super Mario World. And I'm not a code talking guy, so I don't really understand how this all works, how accurate is it, blah, blah, blah. But apparently it's pretty good. And people are pretty excited about it. And there are glitches, things confirmed to work, and you can do dupes and Invisible Yoshi and junk. And that's pretty interesting. I don't know, you know, how quick we're gonna be to abandon, you know, the way we've been doing it, but having a PC port of the game definitely opens up a lot of possibilities. It's the OG Mario World physics running super powered stuff under the hood. And one thing it's got me interested in is the potential for multiplayer. SMW multiplayer. Could we have, you know, it's Mario Maker, right? But we have the ability to kind of hook up together and multiplayer something. A battle mode in Mario. Imagine designing a, you know, some ASM. It's a big arena. You throw shells at each other and you get power-ups and mushrooms and try to be the last Mario standing. How cool would that be? So take a look at that. Take a look at that PC Mario World port. Could be some cool stuff coming from that in the future. Fernap here, working through this final puzzle room. Oh yeah, they figured out where to stand, so that's a good shot. That top fireball hit the shell. They figured out the exact right position for that. Right? I would also, SMW 35, you know it. Could it, you know, could it really be a thing? You know, on hooking your Super Nintendo, Super Famicom up to the internet can be done if you're using crowd control, but the possibilities are still a little bit limited. You can't have, you know, I think we're a bit away from like plug your Super Nintendo USB in and then you have 4-player multiplayer or something, right? But imagine if we had a PC port with identical physics and it played the same and we could use all our skills, you know? And then SMW Battle Arena, you know, 4v4. You know, you're throwing shells, you're bopping each other on the head. You know, just imagine. I mean, the custom ASM we could have. Jump on, you know, you got to jump on each other's head 3 times. You got to throw a shell at someone. You start out as like Big Mario, and you've got to take him down from Small Mario. You know, just like whatever. We've seen it with Mario Maker. We've seen how viable it is. So. You know, the future is full of possibilities. It's just something that's kind of been on my mind. It's been excited. Oh, whoa, that'd be far out. ROM hack races, but everyone can see everyone else's ghost. Oh, jeez. That's far out. That would lend itself into some meta where, like, if you don't know what to do, just kind of chase the ghost of the player that you think does know what to do. And then you could further counter meta that by knowing that someone is chasing you and deliberately misleading them. Like, okay, I think I'm probably in the lead right now, so that means there's probably going to be some people chasing me. I'm going to deliberately make a wrong turn here just to throw off as many of them as I can. Or what about freaking co-op levels? ROM hack races co-op level where you and a partner enter. And you have to play a level where you're helping each other out. I've always thought it would be kind of cool to do something with ROM hack races involving teams. Like teams that racers could arrange themselves. You know, it's got to be a team of 3 people or 4 people or whatever. Call it 3, you know, call it a team of 3 friends. And you get to pick your own team name, do whatever you want, you know, make your own logo or whatever. And then your team enters into an event where your team is competing together with everybody else. I always thought that would be kind of neat. Like if we did a Kaizo Olympics. This has always been my idea. Like mini events. Most yumps in 5 minutes. Tongueless Yoshi freestyle for distance. You know what I mean? Just like all these little mini skill-based challenges. See how many like skills you can do in a row. Fernap though only needs 1 skill, and that is going in the pipe. 1 more jump and they are done. Good job, Fernap. Well played. Thanks to Havoc Mando for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to ROM Hack Races, the only ROM Hack Races on romhackraces.twitch.tv. GG, Fernap. It is Endless Ascent hanging out. It is Emily, MC Squared. Endless looking to get out of the sort of penultimate puzzle room. And Emily doing some good work here. But yeah, what if we had Kaizo Olympics, and you had like you and a team of 3 enter, and then you like select, you know, you're like, go team us, and you have like your friends, and I thought it'd be kind of cool. But it has long been a dream of mine. Ever since Mario Maker 2 multiplayer came out, and it wasn't, you know, it was good, but it's not the same physics. Thank you for the raid, Fernap. Ever since then, I always it's my dream to pit my Mario World skills against yours. And by that I mean, how well can you control the character versus your opponents controlling the character, you know what I mean? Just a simple challenge of we're both in a room and we have to outmaneuver each other to jump on each other's head or grab a shell and throw it at each other. You know, just what's it gonna be, you know? Outmaneuvering, simple physical skills. Hanging out here with Endless and Emily. Thanks for the raid, Fernap. It's good to see you. Good, clear. Thanks. Yo, can we give it up one more time for Sammmoo, our maker tonight? Really, really good job on this. This was fun. A fun level with a good change of pace. Do you feel like the SMW community excitement is waning? When it was first introduced in 2017, it was insanely cool. I think the excitement isn't what it used to be. I think the novelty is waning. I think the novelty of super tough Mario is kind of past its peak. I think the excitement is strong. I would say the novelty is waning a little bit, but that's to be expected, I think. And you know, long after the initial crowds of just belligerently shocked people that it exists at all, you know, I think every community is going to have a certain amount of dropping off from that. You know what I mean? There are people who just like, wow, this Kaizo thing is awesome. I'm really into this for a little while, and then they go back to Hades or whatever game they were interested in. But now they know about Kaizo. So I think that maybe the novelty is worn off, but I think we're higher in skill than we have been, and I think that, you know, newer players are coming over and pushing boundaries, and that's a good thing. Creative output is still very high, so there are still people who are, you know, making stuff. And also too, you know, you got to figure it's been a minute since we've had Grand Poo World 3. We're looking at that on the horizon. I know Barb's working on getting that out. You know, that's going to be a big one. So, you know, back in the past too, we were spurred along, I think, by some big hacks. And that's not to erase the really hard work of people who didn't make the most visible hack in the world. But, you know, we had Grand Poo World 2, we had Invictus. These are big games that got a lot of people looking in that direction. It's been a minute since that, so, you know, maybe it'll come around again. Yeah, it goes around in cycles. But I think the ubiquity of Kaizo is a good thing. You know, maybe the novelty has worn off, but everybody knows Kaizo now. And that, you know, and they just know, oh yeah, that Kaizo stuff. Whether or not they like it, whether or not they know how it works. Ah yes, Kaizo Mario. That's a word that's entered into the sort of gaming mainstream. Even other things, calling it Kaizo Iron Bros. You know, Kaizo as a ubiquitous word for tough video game. We all know that. Yeah, Dram World. Yeah, there's Dram. Panga was doing more stuff. Dram 2 was a big hack. So, you know, I think that's my answer. I think the novelty has waned a little bit, but what we've lost in novelty and just new fans who are just mind blown, and that's why they're here, because, whoa, my gosh, I don't know what this is, but it's amazing. Good, that's awesome. We need those. But what we've lost in novelty, we've gained in skill, resources, creative output, and general ubiquity in gaming. And I think that will help Kaizo stay alive. You know, like, I think it's a lot of other things, you know, like, you're not always hearing about Tetris, the classic Tetris community, but they're still kicking along. These things are driven by interest. I think as long as there are people who want the space, there will be a place for them. You're not always hearing about skateboarding in the X Games, but there are people, you know, who still do that kind of thing. Yo-yoing is a pretty popular scene. Someone just broke the cubing world record. Did y'all see that? the cubing any percent, it's like 3 point something seconds, you know, and that like hits the headlines, but the general population's enthusiasm has gone out. But I see Kaizo turning into something like that, where, you know, it's kind of ubiquitously known, and it is kept alive because it is a fertile ground for players, makers, creative types, and people who want it. You know, those who go searching will find something there, and they will find people there who are helpful and fun and ready to show it off. You know, I consider myself a Kaizo player in the way that Rodney Mullen is a skateboarder, where it is just sort of a part of me and it's something I like to do. So I hope it sticks around. Like, but speaking personally, I hope it sticks around. You ordered copies of Frostbite and Stampede? That's awesome. Those are some of the best games on Atari. Wonder who told you about those. So yeah, you know, I think Kaizo will be there for people and survive and thrive in that way. And perhaps this is hopeful thinking on my part. It could be. I have a vested interest in Kaizo staying alive, to be sure. I have a personal stake in this, but I think that's realistic. Also, who knows? You know, maybe who knows what the future will bring? And it's been apparent throughout the years that visibility is a good thing. Casio, yeah, good call on that, yeah. Heck, I'm hoping maybe Subcon 2 would reinvigorate some life, be a big hack like that. Now that, granted, that's Mario World, but it's or Mario 2 rather. It's not Mario World, but I'm hoping that that can have that same impact and diversify the games a little bit. Maybe when people get tired of Mario World, maybe it's time for Mario 2 or Mario 3 to take a turn. Baron of Shell, yeah, also a big popular hack. So we have these kind of breakout hacks every now and then, and where the wheel kind of turns around. And Baron is an interesting case study in that, because Baron is a really well-made game that kind of finally got people caught on to Shell stuff. You know, Shells had been around for quite a while. There had been Shell levels that, Baron and others had taken inspiration from. But now all of a sudden people are like, oh, I like Shells all of a sudden. It's like, oh, the Shell junk, like, oh, Shells are fun now. Sometimes it takes a good hack like that just to show people, hey, this thing you've been avoiding is actually pretty fun. Why don't you give it a try? And then all of a sudden now, more Shell hacks come out and more players are doing that. So yeah, I think Kaizo is past the tipping point. Kaizo is decentralized in the sense that, like, it's a creative scene. It's a creative output. Even something like and no shade, of course, like Smash Melee. I think about the Melee community. You're tied to a game in that way. And you're tied to Nintendo saying, hey, you can't have these tournaments or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you can gripe about it, it's not fair, whatever. Like, I'm not for it. But you're tied to this one game that you play Melee or you play Mario 64 or whatever. And that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Kaizo has hit this point where there is no centralized... What even is Kaizo? You know what I mean? Like, there's endless debates about that. People are creatively reinterpreting it, and nobody says, like, this is what it is. Everything in this line is RC, and everything outside of that is not. That is attractive for people with new ideas. Because here's a place that they can, right? You can't really drop into the Smash Melee community and say, hey, how about we all start playing a weird modified version that does all this and that? But you certainly can in Kaizo, because Kaizo is literally the game of flipping the script all the time. That's a good thing. I think that serves us very well as a community. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be any, these are all just examples of things. It could be anything. And that is attractive, and that's another thing that I think will keep it alive, because a prospective new player, to borrow a phrase from MFP, discouragement squad. If the world record on a game, he was speaking about world records at the time, but if the record on a game is too low, it's a really good time, you have kind of become the discouragement squad for the game. Do I want to run Mario 64 when the world record is so freaking hyper optimized? You know, some say yes, and of course, speedrunning is for PBs and personal gains, you know, and to do your best against the game. But people like to accomplish. People like to get records and uncover things and be the first one to do the thing. They like that. Kaizo offers that because Kaizo is an endless playground instead of just one single thing. There is less of a discouragement squad in Kaizo because you don't have to climb anyone else's ladder. You can just beat a game or make your own game or invent your own trick. You don't have to do the thing that someone else did. And for people that are into that kind of thing, that's a benefit. That is true. It's ultimately a solo activity. Nobody really needs a partner or a co-op team or something. I've heard so many friends complain about to pull a game that I know next to nothing about, League of Legends, to complain, man, yeah, my teammates suck. I'm trying to play this game and I keep getting paired up with these awful teammates, and it really makes the game not fun anymore. Or opponents, you know, well, there's this one opponent and he's really good, and you know, there's kind of this elite squad. Kaizo again just offers you creative freedom. It's the video game equivalent of a riding around town on your skateboard. Do whatever you want, interpret it however you feel is necessary, and through that you express yourself. So I don't know. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Sorry, I'm just rambling on here, but it's an interesting question, and it's one that I'm invested in, and I think a lot of us are, because we love Kaizo and we care. I'm also very encouraged by the amount of, and I say this unfortunately as a super aging millennial, I'm really encouraged by the number of younger folks who are getting into Kaizo. There are folks who are better than me at that age for sure. If you're younger and you're playing Kaizo now, I guarantee you're better than me at your age. We didn't have Kaizo back in my day, and I'm encouraged by that. I think they'll bring their energy and their new ideas, and I'm excited to pass the torch off to them and see what developments they do. You know, we as a community can't be old. We can be old guards, but we can't be old gatekeepers. We can't, and I like that about Kaizo. Nobody says, oh, well, if you weren't around in the 90s, then you don't know Mario World. Who says that? No one says that. I'm from the 90s. We didn't know Jack. Y'all are better. Y'all are way better. So, you know, I think it's a good thing. And I think that will help out substantially, because they'll bring their youthful ideas. So yeah, we got the race, just kind of hanging out, letting everybody work on it. We got Endless, we got Emily. What are you doing? I'm not entirely sure, actually. Sorry. Some late night puzzling here. There is a lot going on in this level. Chat, you feeling okay? Hanging in there? Well, yo, thanks for being a part of ROM Hack Races. Like I said, we have these every Saturday. You know, drop a follow. Hang out with us. Sorry, as a commentator, I try not to give direct advice or solutions. I feel that It's the fair way to handle it. Sorry. I mean, granted, I'm explaining things to chat. I just try not to like give like direct solutions. I'm supposed to be the voice in the sky. Comrade Spaghetti. I didn't know you had an Atari. That's cool. I didn't know you had an Atari to get games for. Gotta play with that Genesis controller though. Makes a world of difference. Wow, endless. I'm really impressed with these ideas here. I think they're overthinking this a little bit. But they actually can get this? Yeah, they can do this the same way. Wow. Okay, sure. What the heck? What the heck? Okay, this is actually really cool. Has anyone else gotten Yoshi up here? Endless has just done some things now. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I think they actually could get this the P-switch this way if they did the... Yeah, I think they could get this. I think they could. I'm trying to see. I think the tongue extends far enough. Oh, could they? Oh man, they can't get it. Oh jeez. This is fascinating. What is Endless gonna do here? They're not supposed to have Yoshi. This is not how this goes. The black block taking their grab block, but they don't have a timer. They can just hang out and cycle this. They're actually in an amazingly good spot right now. It's like they don't know it. You know what I mean? They might not even know it. They might not even know that they're in like a really powerful position here, and this is like cheese. You gotta wonder, you know what I mean? Are they thinking that they have found the solution and this is what you do? Right? Because sometimes with cheese, like, you don't know. You don't know. Is this right? Is it not right? Oh no! They gotta leave Yosh! Ah! It's tough to know. It's tough to know. It's tough to know what you... if you're even right about it. Ah, jeez. Oh, you don't have an Atari? Well, the good news is that they're pretty cheap. As far as old consoles are concerned. They're decently cheap, and they're pretty easy to mod. Because, fun fact about the Atari 2600, its case doesn't really, like, Sears wanted the console of the Atari, like the console itself of the Atari to look bigger, so that consumers would feel like they were getting a good deal for their, like, $700 back in the 70s. Endless clearly thinks this is what they're doing, and I'm super here for this. So the board, like, actually inside an Atari is deceptively small, and the case is just like extra padding basically to make people think they got a good deal on something. Like, because this was the 70s, the era of furniture sized electronics. So that's kind of fun about the Atari. If you open it up, you'd be surprised. There's like nothing in there. But if you do get an Atari, you can use Sega Genesis controllers with them, and they actually are nice. Because Atari joysticks, I feel that even new, an Atari joystick is just not that keen. They don't really play that well, and they're not designed for the kind of high-impact, gamerly gaming that we all know and love. Exactly. Exactly. It was the big, bulky VCR or like an 8-track player, or a record player with their big giant phonograph turntables. Yep. They wanted people to feel like they had really gotten something. It's hard to imagine, but really consider that, like, there was a point in our history, not too long ago, where you'd buy a new Atari, and taking it home and taking it out of the box and plugging it in generated kind of the same feeling as getting an Oculus now. You know what I mean? Like, it's the future. This is the most futuristic technology that we've got. This is the latest in video game technology. I have never seen this before. Amazing. You know, it's the same. It was actually the same thing. It's the 70s analog to just buying a freaking Oculus. I think that's fascinating, you know? It's easy to look at the past as being quaint in retrospect, but it was very new and interesting and modern to them at the time, just like it is to us, you know? Oh, screens. Remember screens? Huh, we all have teleporter holograms now. You know, like, no, we don't. We all use screens. It doesn't seem old to us. The things that we're using now don't seem quaint and old, but they are. But they are. He said, commentating on a 30-year-old video game hack. Endless has really got so much power here, and I'm rooting. I'm rootin' tootin' for him. I'm both rootin' and tootin'. Go, Endless, go. Yes! Yes! Yes, they got it. They got it. Now, come on. Come on, buddy. What you got? What you got? Okay, they remember. Yeah, they can only take one item through the door. Oh, that's so great. Dude, are they good? No way. No way. They're gonna... No way. Dude, they're gonna skip it. What are you doing, dude? No, you don't need it. Dude, don't die. I'm like really invested in this. Endless. I believe in you. What are you doing? You're getting, oh, he's getting more. No, the blocks respawn, dude. No. Oh, dude, I'm invested in this, man. This is so great. No, he's like 3 layers deep in cheese here, and just needs to, just like, oh, just get it, my dude. Oh, man. They're trying to take everything. He literally, all he has to do is just jump up there, just get the P-switch, go up in that pipe, and if he brings Yoshi, he'll be able to skip the whole final section. He doesn't even have to go in there at all. It's the cheese of all cheeses. And I'm not even sure if Endless knows that they're... Oh my god! The drama! Oh my! This is I'm just pulling at my heartstrings here. Oh jeez. Oh. We schedule about 2 hours for these broadcasts every Saturday night. We have got, looks like about 20 minutes on the clock here to see what will be. It's wild to think that old school Atari gamers were actually playing on those awful joysticks. It's amazing. It really is amazing. When I was a kid, I actually didn't use the Atari sticks, though. I had this, like, airplane controller. It had, like, big suction cups on the bottom. And you, like, had, like, a trigger button for the fire button. It was really fun, actually. Wow, so, Endless Ascent here. Going full brain. More brain than has ever been brained before. Does he? Yeah, does he need the Yoshi? Here's the thing for Endless too, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, you're doing it wrong. It's a puzzle. This could happen to anybody. It's hard to figure out. But all Endless really has to do is just use Yoshi to stand on those munchers right now. Right? You just go over to where those mushrooms are and stand on the munchers and jump yourself up there. And then you're up there with Yoshi in the shell, and that's how you're intended to get up there. So he's just like going around again just to get the spring and bring Yoshi up. And that's really smart, but I don't think he realizes that that's actually cheese, and that's the intended solution. But it's cool, like, even if you realized it was cheese, it would probably still be worth going for at this point, especially if you thought you could skip the final section. Of course, he doesn't know what is in the final section, but still, like, the take as much power with you as you can. Well, you know, the thing with Atari controllers and Atari in general is, and you've probably heard me mention it before, but Atari games and arcade games in particular. Nintendo games, yeah, they were designed to kind of be beaten, you get to the end level and win. But, like, Atari games and arcade games in particular have what you might like to call the Little Timmy zone. Atari games and arcade games were made for Little Timmy, to take his quarters. And Little Timmy is pretty good, kind of a hotshot video gamer for the 5th grade, but Little Timmy is in 5th grade, and not amazing yet. And even Super Duper Duper Timmy, the really good, the one Timmy that's amazing, is still only so good. As an Atari player in the modern age, with better controllers and modern know-how, you can get way beyond Little Timmy zone. And I think that's something that makes it fun, honestly. I'm rooting for you, Endless. Ah, that shell, they're doing, they get it in there with the shell jump to get around with the spring. Big Timothy. Right out of the Timmy zone. Timmy zone. Oh. Oh, Endless Ascent. Chat, how are you feeling? What's up? What's on your mind? You know, is there anything? Nothing? Thanks for making ROM Hack Races a little part of your Saturday night. Drop a follow if you want. Come back and see us anytime. So we got races every Saturday. We got romhackraces.com. We got the Discord server. Got that ROM Hack Races base ROM. I'm just plugging things now. Got Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard. Oh no! No! Endless, why? Bummer, man. Bummer. Yo, shoutouts too to Emily here, working really hard on this section. I appreciate the effort, and I hope it's a fun evening. Okay, Endless. All right, buddy. They got the spring. They got the Yoshi. They got the brand new car! Okay. Endless Ascent. For the cheese to end all cheeses. The cheese of all creation. The Uber cheese, as prophesied. Alright, alright. Endless Ascent. Okay, being careful. Good thinking about that, storing it through the door. That's smart, that's smart. Okay, but they don't really know that they've got it now. So I think what they're trying to do is bring all the power with them. Which, in their position is a pretty strong idea, right? You don't know what you're gonna need. In fact, maybe they realize that they are cheesing this, right? And so they're like, okay, well, I need more power. Yeah, there we go. Okay, endless. Yeah, going up and getting the block and getting the shell. So they're gonna, wow, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. This is your time, endless. Here it is. Endless, 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 endless. No, it's fine. You're fine. You're fine, buddy. You're fine, buddy. You're fine, buddy. You're fine, buddy. Yes! Yes! Come on. Come on. Come on. Up and over, my dude. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that is so cool. Man. All the cool points. I can't. That's awesome. They skipped the entire final section with that cheese. And I don't even know if they knew they cheesed it. That was remarkable. That was what, actually, honestly, that was one of the coolest puzzle solves I've ever seen, actually. That was just great. That was just absolutely, you know, that was like watching someone get stuck in an escape room and then realizing that, like, they could just take all the bolts that are holding the walls together off and just like, oh, I solved the escape room, guys. Like, no, you took the house apart. You literally just dismantled the building. So, like, yeah, you win. GG. That was awesome. Didn't even know there was a part they skipped. Amazing job. So we're hanging out here with Emily too, and this is a great chance. Thanks again to everybody for hanging out here on ROM Hack Races. We do these every Saturday night. Come back and see us at 8 p.m. Eastern next week for a level from Blagon. Sign up if you want to race with us. Go over to romhackraces.com to get all the info for that. Big shout outs again, of course, tonight to Osu, Blue Ribbon Mithrillionaire, who helped us test this level, Sammmoo, who actually made the level, Kelgan and Starlord and Osu on scouting and restreaming, and we're always really grateful to have Doc, Fawful, Ampersand, Fen, D4, and Kelgan helping us out on the tech behind the scenes. Thank you all so much for hanging out. We are going to kick it here for a bit, and I'm going to let Osu decide what's up here. We're hanging out with Emily. Don't forget, drop a follow for the racers. There are a lot of people working hard here, and they are doing a really good job. So let's go over and let's give some love to Emily, MC. They're working really hard, and let's show them some ROM Hack Races spirit. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. You're all very kind and cool. Thanks for a race. I will see y'all tomorrow, and for my community, I may see y'all tomorrow. I may stream tomorrow. We'll see what's up, but I will surely see you around the Kaizo community on Twitch. Thanks for hanging out, yo. You matter. Your thoughts matter. Your heart matters. Your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1, Longboy Furret, and the people who matter to you in your lives. Would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled and autistic lives matter. You too. Catch y'all again. Thanks for watching. Thanks, everybody. Good night.